Week 2 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. Got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Raiders and the Cards, just ahead on EA Sports.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Cardinals in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises. The man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Now Murray off play action. They'll roll him out right. And this one caught by Max Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit. Target.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Murray now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Murray to Moore, first down, Arizona.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The Cardinals had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning. And that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows. pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
An injury stoppage here, and that's Marquise Brown, who appears to be shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That pass complete to Moore. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15. They're on a roll. It's another first down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He'll get this to Conner underneath. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now Murray again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Chandler Jones coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think... Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to their quarterback, Derek Carr, to not only drive their offense, leading to career-high totals from the 8th-year passer and a nearly 5,000-yard season throwing the football, but also his leadership ability. He really grabbed that team and led them to the playoffs for the 2nd time in his career while coming out one of the toughest divisions in football.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Oh, what a move. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Easily one of the most exciting player-team fits from last year's draft. Rondale Moore brought his brand of electricity to the Cardinals offense as a rookie, and he'll have an even bigger role in that offense this season and should easily top his 435 yards of 2021. He gets Arizona first down with that catch.
Murray now on first down. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On second and very short. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Murray going to try to throw on third down. Finding Green complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Murray now on first down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Murray. And that will be incomplete. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. Prater's kick is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
6-0 our score after 1.
6. Raiders nothing.
Second quarter from Vegas. The home-standing Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw, it's Carr. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
On play action, it's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50. The 30. 20. 10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now stands at 13. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Phillips now from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, boy, hang on here. J.J. Watt appears to be injured or at least shaken up on that last play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Carr. And he wisely will throw that one away. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Carr. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 2nd and 16, Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
First down, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Green. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Now Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Throwing now is Murray. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Throwing again, Murray. Got a man, it's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This will be caught once again by Brown. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
It's been a struggle for the guys on defense trying to figure out how to get off the field. And now after that run, they're confronted with at least 4 more plays.
Shotgun now for Murray. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll look to run with Connor. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
Prater's kick is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Back to Renfro again, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Carr, a handoff here to Drake. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
from the 24.
6.
Carr, the throw taken in by Cole.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Catch made. It's Moreau. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. The quick slip. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The 2-point conversion.
Connor going to try and run it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
Phillips now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Play action to Drake. Now Carr
steps away. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas.
Results in a 4th down.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And well, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Murray. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Murray. Ertz over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Murray to air it out again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Connor. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Cardinals.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Murray now.
Yards to go.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 12 yards. And
On play action, now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Nothing open downfield. Throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half.
No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and
play
they're going to get
review.
one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
On the run is Benjamin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Another example of this. Having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Connor is in. Touchdown, Arizona. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right because this team felt they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Phillips now from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Carr will try it again on second down. It's complete to Cole. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Carr. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. He sets to fire deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
This is Benjamin. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Flush to his right. That is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for Las Vegas.
Carr now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run again with Benjamin.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They run it with Benjamin.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
On the ground, Benjamin.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Arizona, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.